but it was all because they knew what point or state you were in for their own benefit. And specifically, this would be a female figure. She could be a Pisces, she could be a Cancer, you know, but she could be young or old. Hello, Leo. Welcome to your October Soul session. I am Marlo. If you are new and if you are family, welcome back, my friend. I hope you've been doing well, Leo. Did I say Libra? I can't. Did I? I don't know what I just said. I feel like I said Libra, but I want to believe that I said Leo. I hope I didn't say Libra. If I did, I meant Leo. But anywho, if you're not familiar with what my soul sessions are, they are your spirituality as well as personal development readings, in which we look at the energies that you all may experience for a given month for the sole purpose of giving you clarity, insight, and guidance, and all that good stuff, and whatnot, or whatever. So let's go ahead and jump into your cards if they ever decide to pop out. Okay, just on time. The first card you guys have is the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cuppies. Then you guys have the Two of Cups in the reverse. That's interesting. Um, when I was pre-shuffling you guys' deck, it's interesting that I saw the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and I just thought it was interesting because I saw like the dudes, and I was like, oh, that's like some extra masculine love going on there. But it reminds me a great deal of what I talked about in Cancer's reading. So in the event that you are a Cancer Leo cusper, you might want to check that out, my friend. But anywho, coming out of September and into October, there's a new emotional opportunity for my Leos. So it's something that has promise. It's something that you feel you resonate with. It's something you feel that's very much in alignment with you. However, with this Two of Cups and the reverse being here, it gives me this vibe more or less that it's, how can I say it? The first thing that came to me was like fiction, but I don't think that that appropriately describes it. I more or less would see it as illusionary, which means I want to clarify that because I feel more or less it's in September. So whatever this opportunity is, it's something that was offered to you at the tail end of September, prior to it being October. But I feel with this Two of Cups in the reverse, it seems one way that it's not, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like not getting the full story, or it's something that is new to where you don't know all of the dynamics. And this is going to be because, you know, the whole cult thing came up in you guys reading months ago. Not saying that anyone is in a cult, right? But it's kind of this vibe is like if you met this super dope group of people and it's like, oh my gosh, all of these people, they're like me and we're into all of the same things and everything is like grand. And it's like, oh, I found my home, right? But it's like while you're in that like proverbial love bombing stage, right? It's like you don't see the full picture, and it would take you to kind of get seasoned or spend some time in the particular organization for you to see all the holes in it. So the same with a new job. It can seem like a company that you start to work for seems like super duper dope until you spend some time and start to notice like the glitches in the system, if you will, like, you know, how certain employees are treated versus others, or that the benefits package isn't exactly what they said it was type of deal. Like they said that you know, this job comes with a dental plan, but by dental plan, they meant dental discount card that no dentist in your area accepts kind of deal. So I feel it's kind of like another side to something. So there's an aspect superficially of whatever this new opportunity is that came for you guys at the end of September, Leo. But there's another like a shadow aspect to it that you're not yet aware of. But as it stands coming into October, oh, wow. As many of you may know, in the last few months, many of us have endured and are still enduring in the aftermath of numerous natural disasters, be it hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires, flooding, and for some, volcanoes. I myself and many in New Orleans and its surrounding areas are still rebuilding from Hurricane Ida. So I can say from experience that recovering from losses of this caliber aren't easy. However, neglecting your mental health during a time such as this is. And that's why on October 10th, for World Mental Health Day, and the entire month of October, I'm allying with BetterHelp and WKYS FM to raise awareness of mental health issues around the world. So whether you're a survivor of one of the recent disasters, just need someone to talk to, or you're ready to start your mental health journey, I've partnered with BetterHelp to assist you in making this month the month you make your mental health a priority. If you haven't heard of them, BetterHelp is an online resource in which you can find your very own friendly local neighborhood therapist, no matter where you are in the world. You sign up, and within 24 hours, they match you with a licensed therapist that's right for you. And you can talk to your counselor every week via phone or video chat, and you can even text them between sessions. So if you, my beautiful human friend, or someone you know, has been considering therapy, get started today with BetterHelp. The link to sign up is in the description box below this video. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this message. You know I love your face. Now, let's get back to your soul session. Woo! Interesting. And that's the money card that's clarifying this Two of Cups in the reverse. This is interesting. So here's the deal, Leo. The vibe I get with this, and I don't want to scare you because I'm, just gonna say what it is that I'm hearing. But the first thing I heard when I looked at this money card was like, and I don't think that this is literal, so just, take a deep breath. But it's like selling one's soul for money, right? Which, if you are a cusper or you have Cancer in your chart, watching the Cancer reading would probably be very beneficial to you, because both in September as well as in October, their readings were, centralized around that, where one forsakes their passions. Now, if we were to talk about what selling your soul is, it's not as if, you write your name on a contract and like your soul is somehow superimposed via osmosis onto a piece of paper that of which you would sell to some demonic force or something of that nature. What selling your soul really means, it's forsaking your truth for a false truth, right? So it's like, this is what I stand for. This is what I believe in. But you write me a check, here's $1 million contract. And it's like, I'm no longer going to stand for these things. I'm going to stand for what you want me to stand for. That may be completely contradictory to what I stand for the money, right? So that's kind of the vibe that I get. So what this would say to me, if I were to bring this down into more tangible 3D terms, it's more or less Leo being in a position where financially one was strapped, right? Which is very similar to what was happening with Cancer, where it's almost like a sense of desperation of needing money or finances to come in. And it's more or less one compromising themselves to do something that they would have not ever usually done for money, right? And it's all like in order to get to, a place of stasis, if you will. So that's where the shadow aspect, oh, good Lord. Where this shadow aspect, whenever things like this, when readings like this happened and the High Priestess comes up, because whenever the High Priestess comes up, that's my pause button, just for me as a reader, because typically, especially depending on the context of what it is that we're speaking about, whenever this pops up, it's like none of your damn business, right? That's always what it is that I get from the High Priestess in situations such as this. So I got to clarify this to find out what we're talking about here. But if I were to take this literally, it's really speaking to this hidden aspect. It's signing on to something, right? Like signing up for something, not being aware of there being kind of stuff outside, like in your periphery, there's things that you don't know. So it's kind of being misled into a particular situation, or like, if you think about it, like fine print on a contract, right? It's like, here's this contract, but needing to read the fine print. I feel that there's something in reference to this opportunity that's been offered to you. And I feel the reason why Leo did not look deeper into it was because that this was like a glass of tall, ice cold water in the middle of the desert, right? So it was being in a situation where one was extremely financially strapped and really needed money, and I mean, money is out, so we're gonna say money, but it could be a myriad of different things. There was some sense of desperation with Leo in September. This opportunity came and it presented itself almost as if it was a blessing, like a fountain in the middle of the desert. However, nothing in life comes easy. Everything that glitters isn't gold. We're going to overload on colloquialisms here, right? But with this Two of Cups in the reverse, it's speaking to there's more to this story that you don't know about, but I understand, because much like Cancer, with them being in this fight or flight kind of mode, right? I understand not looking deeper because it's something you needed at that time. But with this High Priestess, with this being a secretive energy, there's something that's purposefully being kept from you. And now another message I'm getting with that too is that we could be speaking about, because of course this is Piscean energy. Some people say Cancer with the High Priestess, but I see it as Piscean energy. So there could be a Pisces person that's involved in this. A female figure. Oh, wow. Well, that's confirmation. We have a young woman in the reverse here. With young woman being in the reverse, I look at this both ways. We could be speaking about a young woman that is within your particular age range, typically in their 20s to 40s, right? With it being reversed, I can see it where it could be a younger woman or it could be an older woman, right? Pisces person. Oh, I mean, it could be a person that has spiritual gifts potentially, you know, but with her showing up in the reverse and it clarifying this High Priestess, it's insidious sort of intention. So here's the deal. If we were to simplify this, right, like make it extra mundane, this could be Leo being offered, you know, an amazing opportunity to invest in yourself, right? And it's like one of those multi-marketing type of things, like where you're selling stuff. I don't want to say these companies' names, but whether you're selling like beauty products or like essential oils or like, you know, like diet vitamins and smoothies and stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh, Leo, you should totally like invest in yourself, be your own boss. You can be a boss babe and have your own business, right? You know, so if it's something kind of like that, you know, there's a potential for that. That would go back to the reading for you guys from a couple of months ago. Cause like, you know, pyramid schemes or multi-marketing companies, whatever you call it, those are a lot like cults. You know what I'm saying? But it's more or less this person coming in and them taking advantage of you being in a desperate situation. And I feel, like I said, that same desperation I felt with Cancer, where it's like, I lose my job, I need money. So you're willing to sign on to do anything, or it's, you know, kind of stepping completely outside of your values or your moral code for money, you know. But the whole thing that's important to note here is with this particular female figure, right? There's something that this person is intentionally keeping away from you guys. So even though, that's why I say it's like it's them taking advantage of the situation. So if it's, like I said, a friend that's in a multi-marketing type of pyramid scheme thing, and they know you just lost your job, what this would be saying is the whole reason why this person came to you is because of like this whole bottom line thing of how this works. It's like they were in a bad financial situation, but in order for them to get in a better situation, they need to make money off of you. So the moment that they found out that you lost your job, it's like, ooh, they're going to want to make money. So it's like it's malicious intentions as to what led them to offer you this opportunity. Because on the back end, it's something that they're getting. It's a benefit that they're getting that you don't know about, right? And a lot of times people don't know that. It's like, because in these little pyramid scheme type of things, not saying it's literally a pyramid scheme, but this is what the vibration feels like. It's like there's a top line. and there's a bottom line, and the top line is making money off of the bottom line. Like each person that's underneath them, they're making money off of. So with these, like, you know, pyramid scheme type of things, these Ponzi schemes, if you will, there's no way to make money, or you don't make money from selling the product, because the product is astronomically expensive and ridiculous, right? And literally in the day and age that we live in now, you can find products that are similar to it on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? And the whole key is it's a front, because the money is really made from creating this bottom line and making yourself higher on the pyramid, right? So you're making money off of other people percentage wise, right? But I feel with this particular person, it's them being aware of that and you not being aware of that. Not in the sense that this person is in a pyramid scheme, but there's some sort of almost like a commission or something that this particular chick gets from giving you whatever this opportunity is, right? So it's some sort of payoff that she's getting that you don't know about, because your main focus was, I need to get money, you know? But the thing that I say, where there's an insidious nature in it, is this person knew this. So it's almost like a manipulative tactic, you know? And that's where I say, like, the high priestess, it also speaks to, like, you know, people with psychic gifts and stuff like that. And I don't know if that was in an extended last month, or if it was in a video that was on YouTube, I can't remember. But I was telling people about, there's one particular old lady who's like a fortune teller in New Orleans, and she has, for like generations, has scammed so many people in the city. You know, like there's so many people, like young and old, that have been scammed by this person. But it feels like that, like when they say that psychics do like cold reading, and they're like trying to like feel you out and saying overly generalized things, you know, to try to get like a little itch on something, you know. So it's kind of a vibe like this, where if it's not like a friend who offered you, you know, some type of job opportunity or something like that, or a person you know that offered you some type of opportunity that's money related, this could very well be, you know, Leo going to a person to gain spiritual guidance, and this person kind of sizing you up, you know, and them saying, oh, you know, I am a prophet of the Lord and God has a message for you, you know, some type of stuff like that. It's something where this person has an advantage over Leo that Leo doesn't know about. And this person sized you up, right? And offered something to you that seemed like a blessing. You know, it's like, oh my gosh, this is a freaking blessing. But it was all because they knew what point or state you were in for their own benefit. And specifically, this would be a female figure. She could be a Pisces, she could be a Cancer, you know, but she could be young or old, you know, with this young woman being in the reverse. Now the next card you guys have is the Four of Cups, that also came out for Cancer, and that's a card of apathy. It's being so stagnant and lost emotionally in one's present situation that one isn't able to see clearly, right? And the thing that I'm seeing with this Leo, it gets into this realm of like false gods, I guess you could say. And I'm saying this like metaphorically, because it's one of these things where you're in a situation to where you need answers, you need clarity, and you need guidance, but it's like not trusting your own judgment. It's like going to other people, whether it's, you know, a psychic, a tarot reader. I mean, it could even be your therapist, because there's the potential where sometimes people can become codependent on their therapist. We are not about that life over here, but you know, some people are like that, where it's like the therapist will allow the client to feel as if they cannot make decisions, you know, like on their own, or like, you know, and that's not healthy. So if you ever have been in a situation as such, or in one now, like, don't even try to think about it on your own. Just call me. That's not good, you know. I don't know any therapists that do that, but sometimes, I'm not going to say all life coaches, but sometimes when life coaches be trying to behave like a therapist, that be happening sometimes. But that's neither here nor there. Not hating on life coaches. I love y'all. But just saying that you have to think about the fact, if a person puts you in a position, or even if it's like a spiritual mentor that puts you in a position to where they're not asking you to question everything, and they're like, oh, before you make that decision, make sure you have my blessing, or before you make that decision, make sure you buy, this reading or this amulet, you know what I'm saying, or make sure you call me first, to where you end up becoming dependent, where you're too fearful to make your own decisions without consulting this person first. That's what I mean by false God type of deal, right? Because it's, you neglect your own intuition, your own gut, right? Your own connection with spirit, and think that in order to know what to do next, you need to talk to this person. That's not healthy in any sense. I don't care if it's life coach, if it's therapist, if it's psychic, if it's tarot reader, astrologer, it doesn't matter what it is. If ever you feel that you are dependent on another person's thumbs up and okay go before you make a decision for your life, that is a form of being codependent. If we were to look at it in an etheric sense, that's idol worship, right? Because that person has now become the God of your life. They determine what you do and what you don't do. If we were to put this on more of a mundane level, sometimes this can happen in romantic partnerships, right? When you're in a relationship with someone who's 9 times out of 10, a little narky, probably a little lot of narky, right? Where you feel that you can't hang out with your friends, go outside, or buy a different, detergent or cereal without consulting them first, right? That puts that person in a position of authority over you. You're not utilizing your free will unless you get their thumbs up to do so. That's when you're putting this person in a position of an idol or a false god, if you will, right? Because you're no longer the god of your own life, your own authority, like the end all be all being you, right? But I feel with this, it's being in this position of apathy. And this really feels to me, I don't know why all of these readings are so extra spiritual this month, but this is legit like some soul sucking type of stuff, right? It's very much Leo being in a position to where Leo is anointed, if you will, or called to rise to a higher order. This particular person, like I said to Cancer, hashtag circa 2018, hooded person at the river, you know what I'm saying? There's a person who is more or less wanting to usurp your energy and prevent you from aligning with where it is that you're supposed to be. Now, when I say things like this, we're talking about spiritual energies, and spiritual energies do what they do, So this particular human being, right, in a human body may not, and this can even go into like past life karma type of stuff. This particular human person in a body, right? They're not thinking or understanding why they feel so compelled to come to you and like, hold you down. It could be past life karma. It could be just these forces of a person who isn't aligned with the light that ends up becoming a vessel for darkness whenever darkness sees fit. And that's people who have malicious intentions and aren't truly aligned with spirit. They can be used by dark forces at any particular time. It's not necessarily personal. It's just the fact of, I'm aligned with dark. Dark likes to snuff out light. Snuff out light. Ooh, there's light. Snuff out light. Snuff out light, right? So that's kind of the vibe that I get here. So when I'm speaking to this person's insidious intentions, I'm pretty sure in this person's conscious mind, they're just like a con artist kind of person who is an opportunist that's trying to get a leg up, to benefit themselves. But I feel there's deeper spiritual implications to this, to where whatever Leo person resonates with this, right? Which is why I always pull back into the energy of September. So that this is your particular storyline, right? But any Leo person that resonates with this is something you need to be aware of, because you're actually called to do something. And this is a very poignant, dark distraction where it's like a perfect storm where two things come together. Leo is trying to head towards the light, right? You're going in this direction. Your is not has to manifest before your is. Your is not, which is the polar opposite of what it is you were trying to call in, has a vibrational frequency. You have this other person who's just heading into darkness, right? They hit the same vibrational frequency as your temporary is not, so they're drawn to come into your path, right? This is all in the subconscious ethereal sense. How this would manifest to the individual is, ooh, I need money. Oh, there goes a sucker, right? They're super sad. Ooh, they just lost their job. I can get money to pay this light bill, right? That's how that person would be thinking of it. Because a lot of times, like, dude, people who are not like in alignment with light, like, and I told you guys this before, I think like for the 8-8 portal, we were talking about the matrix on the live stream, and like I was saying how the kind of stuff we're dealing with now is like how it was in the matrix, where all of the people who were in the matrix were vessels where an agent could jump in and out of them at any time. That's literally happening with people. It's like, if you ever question like, well, why don't these people like me? It's because like they're already dead inside, right? Like they are not woke, like they're asleep, like they're just on a program and instinctual, like animals are. So it's like dark forces can jump in and out. You know what I'm saying? And this is very much a situation that I'm seeing. So I say this to say, not to stroke your ego, Leo, not to say, gosh, you're just so freaking dope. Like people are like so jealous and like they want to be you. Like, not to say that, but to get you to understand from an inner power sense, like speaking from solar plexus within to the without, of understanding who and whose you are, right? This is something that transcends superficialities, popularity, celebrity, and all this other kind of stuff. It's the fact that you're here to complete a mission, right? And just the way that these polarities are set up here, and how much humanity has personified the darkness to where it's just living amongst us these days. You know what I'm saying? It's the simple fact that that's where a lot of this attack is coming from. But all of these readings so far are telling everyone to come back to your position of standing firm on your light, remembering what you are in real life, and coming from that place, right? Because with this Ace of Wands in the reverse being here, it's more or less speaking to this new beginning that's ordained for you guys, right? It's one that's supposed to be within your power. It's one that you're supposed to, if you think of it like the Olympic torch, and like, you know, the people who are chosen like to go up and light the torch, it's like, this isn't something where you can substitute someone for that. It's like you're supposed to be the one that lights the torch. And every time things get blocked is when there's people like this that are coming in the way, to where if you go light the torch, this person's going to be right there with you, right? And in order for you to get the honor to light this torch, to get it going, right, you can't have people like that in your corner, you know? And I feel how it is that Leo gets taken advantage of, at least the Leo that resonates with this that I'm speaking to, how it is that Leo gets taken advantage of is in times of dire need. It's like whenever something really tragic or traumatic has happened, you know? And it's like you're not thinking straight, you're not in the right mindset. It's like you're trying to think practically, right? And it's people who see that and take advantage of that. And we have the Two of Swords in the reverse. So there's a need yet again. I don't know what the connection is. The only thing that I can find that would be relevant, then we have the Seven of Cups. The only thing that I could find that would be relevant to this, Leo, as to why the vibration of this is so similar to Cancer. And I think it's interesting because typically the way I used to do the readings was I would start with the sign for the season that we were in and then just go through the zodiac. But this particular month, that just didn't feel right. So I decided to start with the sign for the season we're in, which is Libra, and then to go by who the highest views were last month, right? So technically the only reason why Leo came after Cancer wasn't in the order of the zodiac. Leo came after Cancer because Leo had the fifth highest views, right? Behind Cancer, right? Because Cancer was number 4. So there's a reason why these two are connected like this. And I said the only thing I could think of is either if you have, Cancer in your sun, moon, or rising, right? Or if you're literally a cusper, which means that like you're born like July, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, like within that realm, like first deacon Leo type of deal, right? But it's like this has a lot to do with Cancer. I feel very much so that like the other side to this story exists in Cancer's reading, and I'm just forewarning you that daddy got deep. And I say all of that because with this Two of Swords in the reverse, we talked a lot about blindness with Cancer. It's a sense of like a willful blindness, if you will, because it's rooted in a self-doubt. It's this thought that you can't do it, right? So it's almost, if you think about the Wizard of Oz and like courage, the cowardly lion, that's a paradox. Your name is Courage, but you're a coward, and then you're a lion of all things. It's paradoxical. That's very much the vibe I feel with this. It's like Leo feels that they have to have, like they're lacking something, and there's a need to have like a way shower or something like that, because it's like, oh, I can't do this by myself. Like I can't be successful as a single person. I have to have a spouse, or, I can't open this business by myself. I have to have a business partner. It's some sense of where Leo isn't seeing the superpower that they really are, and this misconception that you alone isn't enough, if that's making sense, right? And it's almost like there's people who are like this, who are opportunistic. It's like they smell that in you. And the reason why this new opportunity, and not just speaking this month, because of course we're putting this within the context of the fact that Saturn is going direct on the 10th, which means it's an epic karmic cycle that's wrapping up. So if you notice, the context in which I'm speaking is this being a pattern or a pathology. So this is not the first time that something like this has happened to Leo. It's almost like always consistently falling for get rich quick schemes and like scams, or people like taking things from you wrongfully. But it's more or less because of Leo trusts. Leo is trying to get somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But it's there being people in your camp that are leeching off of you, but not realizing that these people are leeches, because the way that they're presenting themselves to you is as if they're honestly trying to help. And I feel because of that feeling of desperation, of this need, right? I need the money. I need this support. I need this answer. I need this clarity, right? It's coming from that place of that necessity of needing it in this core belief, right? That one does need. The need is physically here, and it's confirmed by the inner belief that you need it. It's something that people who are opportunistic are seeing in Leo, and they're taking advantage. They're taking their, I can't necessarily say their kindness for weakness, but it's like they're taking advantage, of what it is they're going through at that particular time. So if there's a consistent cycle that Leo has had for months or even years, where it's like you're always getting the short end of the stick, where it's like people are kind of robbing you blind, and it's like with this 7 of Cups, not understanding why that is. It's like you make like an inch. What is that quote that they say? Not you take an inch and wait, I give you an inch, you can take a mile. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I feel that's what this karmic cycle has been for Leo. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. You get ahead and then you're kicked right back. And it's like being perplexed as to like, why does this keep happening? How am I stuck again? How am I here again? How am I needing to start all over again? And lo and behold, here is this person that's still very much in your camp that is secretly robbing you blind. But it's not seeing it that way because Leo is still seeing this person in the perspective of, you know, their light, their support system, their guru, their guide, right? But in truth, this person is only thinking about themselves. And I keep feeling compelled to say nothing personal. It's like how this person looks at it. It's like, it's nothing personal. They're just a get it how you live kind of person. It's like, they're not a respecter of persons. It's like, this is the type of person that would steal money out of their mom's purse. You know what I'm saying? Or steal from an old lady or something, because for them, it's all about survival. So whatever it is that I can present to the world, whatever it is that I can show you to make you think that I'm whatever, like a shapeshifter type of deal. Shapeshifters are good people now, but I'm saying people who use it for the dark, you know what I'm saying? But a person who's like a chameleon, that's a very, in the lower vibration, it's a very con artist kind of spirit, right? Where this person will be whoever it is you need me to be to get my ends met. But there's a pattern of Leo drawing these people in, and that drawing is coming from this belief that you can't do it alone. And spirit is just trying to let you guys know that you can. It is doable, right? It's just a need for you to believe it. So that's the only reason why there's a sense of like a haziness or a cloudiness of not knowing what to do moving forward. But I feel very much this is an energy you guys have been in for some time. Why this is coming up, why this is the full-on manifestation of a pattern you guys have probably been going through for some time, is because Saturn is going direct on the 10th, like I said. So that's a period at the end of the sentence. The premise of this is for you guys to learn a lesson, and it's to not act out of desperation, right? It's to really look a little deeper whenever, because I think it's easy to look at it as like manifesting. It's just like, oh, wow, I really need money. And then all of a sudden here this person comes, and it's very easy to think like, oh gosh, this is a gift. Like, this is a gift from God, right? Like, I was just saying how I need to make more money, and here this person is, you know, but it's more or less needing to attune Two of Swords in the reverse to your heart space, right? Because Two of Swords in reverse is a disconnect from heart space and mental space. Again, that goes back to what I was saying in the Cancer reading, in the sense that when you're in survival mode, when you're desperate and you need a need met, you're not thinking about intuition and being woo-woo. You know what I'm saying? That it's like, that's not even a thought. It's like you're in survival mode. But it's that lack thereof of attunement within yourself, which causes one to get into these positions, because it's allowing a human to take the physical role of what your personal intuition should be doing. If you find yourself in a Four of Cups type of situation where the door closed on the past, you don't know how to move forward, the natural inclination is to go to someone who can give you the answer. But when that becomes a dependency and you're not listening to yourself, this person inadvertently becomes your intuition, which is why I say, like, it's this person being a false idol or a false god. Like, that person becomes your god because it's not listening to yourself. It's you forsaking your free will, right? It's selling your soul, you know? It's going against yourself in favor of another human being that has the same 7-pound brain in their head that you do, you know? So this is what this is all about, Leo. Like, this is a testament of you guys seeing that a lot of what you see in other people already exists in you. Everyone's just been waiting for you to see it, right? Your name is courage for a reason. Cowardly was a judgment by people outside of courage, right? But your mama named you courage, proverbially speaking. You know what I'm saying? So this is all about you guys stepping up into your power this month and learning this lesson. Because much like I told Cancer, and I apologize for consistently bringing them up in your reading, but it's legit the same thing, dude. But it's like the same thing that I told them. It's like, this is all about you guys stepping into the fullness of who you are, right? Because if our minds don't change, our lives don't change. Spirit can wipe the slate clean, like Spirit is going to do when Saturn go direct. right? Spirit can wipe the slate clean. But if our minds don't change, if our minds don't shift, we're going to recreate the past in the present and thus into the future, which completely nullifies the fact that the slate was wiped clean, because we're coming with a marker and writing all the same stuff again because we're still in the same mindset. But I think it's beautiful, just like I said to Cancer, that what you guys are being thrust into, it's the most beautiful thing. It's like your full power. Everything has been blocked, Leo, not because, oh, it's not divine time, it's not your time. Oh, it's not that, oh, your birth chart say that this ain't for you. No, it definitely is. It's just these little leeches can't come with you, because if they did, they would rob you blind of everything it is that spirit has for you right around the corner. I'm just saying. I don't know who this chick is, but child. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and pick an oracle for you guys. Whoa, child, if this card come out one more time. This came out, I think, for Taurus, I think. Listen, it says, quiet your mind, beloved one, and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desire's manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you. Listen, dude, this is so on point. With your mind being in this haze, like I said, when you're in survival mode, it is hard to hear spirit. There is no need to go outside of yourself to get clarity. You know what I'm saying? And this is a person who is telling you this while I'm giving guidance during a freaking tarot reading. Like, I'm telling you, dude, what you're looking for, you are not going to find outside yourself. You know, it's like people can give you confirmation, and that's what I feel like all my readings are. It's just confirmation for what it is that you already know. It's just hearing it from a complete stranger that you haphazardly found on a website. You know, it gives it a little more oomph, where it's like, whoa, holy shit, I was just thinking that same thing, and this random chick that I don't know is saying the same thing I was thinking. So that just makes what you already knew intuitively more real. It's just confirmation of what it is that you know. And that's the place. It's like sometimes we need that. All of us do, no matter where you are in your spiritual journey. We all come to a place of self-doubt where we doubt ourselves, right? But I feel for Leo, this doubt has existed a lot longer than this confidence has. Sometimes you feel confident when things are going good, but the second that things go left, you start doubting yourself all over again. And the first inclination is to run to someone else for support. It's time for that season to stop. That was just a lesson to be learned, right? Now it's time for you guys to step into your power and to listen to yourself. Don't let another person be a block like this damn card, right? It's like the role this person is playing in your life, they are the 7 of Cups that's standing between you and your clarity, right? You're thinking they're giving you clarity, but the only thing they're giving you is freaking confusion. You know, you think one thing, they're saying something entirely different. And you're like, well, you know, I did think that this relationship was over, but since you're saying that this person is scared, then that must be what it is. Well, they still didn't call yet. So maybe it's not that. Well, maybe I should leave them alone. Well, maybe I shouldn't. Like, that's what all of this is. So on the other side of this hazy cloud of confusion is truth and clarity. But in order to get to it, you have to go to the within, inside of yourself, to your heart space, and commune with your creator, my friend. I'm just saying, Leo, I love your freaking face, dag nabbit son of a gun. I'm going over to my network and Patreon and Vimeo and YouTube members to do you guys extended, where we're going to do an overview week by week and play this out a little bit more. So if you're about that life, follow me on over there. But if not, I still love your face, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Roar, 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 roar. Only Leos are going to know what that means. And it means stand in your power, dag nabbit son of a gun. I believe in you. Love your face.